very good at getting this thing even. It annoys me. All right, that's not it either. Okay, welcome to Pilates. I don't have anybody on live quite yet, so we'll wait a moment and see if anybody's able to join us this evening. And if you're catching this on the replay, I'd appreciate you letting me know. Just like to know how often it gets rewatched once it's posted. Because I'm not sure I can really trust the views on Facebook. It gives a number that I think is probably a little high. The very first time I went live at Four Seasons last March, it said that there were over 600 people that watched it that first live. I kind of don't believe that. So I was just saying, welcome. I see that I've got at least somebody on watching live. I was just saying that if you catch it on the replay, I would like to know if you've watched it, because I feel like Facebook numbers are kind of skewed. I think if you click on it and click back out of it, it might even call that a view. So, all right, we are going to use no extra equipment tonight, just our mat. No weights, no magic circle. I don't even have a magic circle at home. Isn't that sad? But we've got plenty to do without using any extra stuff. So I think we're right at 4 o'clock. Check the time here. It's chilly today, you all. I was very sad today that it was chilly. This is our first day of spring break. And of course, you know, last Monday it was gorgeous and I was stuck in school all day. That's okay. So we're going to start standing today. We're going to start with some breathing, make sure we've got that portion down. And then we're going to move into a little bit more standing, balance, somewhat kind of bar-like moves, and then we'll take it to the mat. I plan on a sideline series today and a standing to plank series toward the end. So stay put and we'll do a good job working together. So let's get started in our Pilates V. Bring those legs together, feet together, rock back onto the heels and then open those toes wide. Shoulders back and down. Good. And I want you to find your abdominals. So you're going to try to pretend that you're pulling those abdominals up and in from in between your legs. As you do that, that should even strengthen through those legs. Make those engage, hamstrings, glutes, everything's working on that back side. Now, shoulders back and lift up taller, right through the crown of your head, as though you were a marionette, right? And your head is just kind of lifted, and maybe you could even think about just barely touching the mat at all. Everything's kind of pulled up, but not those shoulders. They're staying down. All right, let's breathe in nice and deep. In through the nose, let the rib cage expand east to west. Exhale, blow that air out through pursed lips. Pull that belly button up and in. Keep the belly button there. It's going to get tighter and tighter each time. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Good. Squeeze those legs together. Stay lifted. One of the ways I like to describe the after effect of Pilates, inhale, is to feel taller. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, just like that. Inhale, everything comes wide, not up. And exhale, pull that belly button up and in, hiding it behind the sternum. Perfect. We'll go ahead and reach those arms out. Shoulders back and down for a little torso twist here. Inhale and exhale, twist. 1, 2, 3 small pulses. Inhale to center and exhale, twist the other way. 2, 3. Inhale, center and exhale, twist. So we're keeping those hips and legs facing forward. Nothing is moving below the belly button. We're just literally twisting through the torso. Arms are along for the ride. They get a little bit of endurance work here just by reaching out. Inhale and exhale. 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. 2, 3. Inhale and exhale. We'll do one more time on the other side to finish that off. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Keep those arms out. Make sure you can see your thumbs out of your peripheral vision. Good. And let's draw our circles on either wall. So inhale and exhale around and up. 1 circle. 2. Inhale and exhale. 3, 4, 5. Last time. And reverse it. Inhale behind, exhale around and up. 6, 5, 4, 3. Inhale and exhale. One more. And 1. Perfect. Bring those arms down. Roll the shoulders. We're going to work a little bit on balance here. So this next little series is just a balance series. It's going to feel or look, it would look very simple, but as you get into it, you're going to find that you're really working hard through the abdominals to keep the body balanced. So I want you to think of that focus. Anytime we're balancing, it's through the abdominals. So all we're going to do is rise up. The first set, I want you to keep your heels squeezed together. So you're not going to go super high. As we come up, heels stay together. So come as far as you can with the heels literally touching. Raise the hands up, look over each shoulder, and then come down. Did you see that? I already lost my balance on rep number 1. That's okay. That's what we're doing. If you're wobbling, you're finding yourself really having to work, that's the intention. All right, let's do it again. Heels together again. Inhale and exhale. Just rise up, squeeze those heels together, and look over each shoulder, nice and slow and controlled. Breathing in and out and back down. Good. Inhale up, heels together, and look, come center and down. Now I want you to really focus on pressing those heels in. That will help with the balance as well. And down. Good. I'm going to finish up kind of starting looking over the opposite shoulder a couple times. Good. I think this is our last one. Oh, I'm losing my heels. And back down. Perfect. Roll those shoulders. Now, we're going to come all the way up into our fully extended foot position. Shoulders back and down. Inhale and exhale up. All the way. There you go. Now look and down. Good. Shoulders back. Inhale. Lift all the way up. Look and down. Good. All the way onto those toes. Look over each shoulder. Ooh, and down with control. I lost it that time. That's okay. Good. I'm going to finish up looking the other way first a couple of times. Good. So your calves are starting to get a little bit engaged, a little warmer. Last time. Look, center, look, and down. Perfect. Shake those legs out. Perfect. I saw a couple things come up here. Good to see you, Kelly. Good to see you, Natalie. Oh, and my phone battery is low. That is super unusual. We're going to come down to the mat. I'm going to go ahead and text my daughter to bring me my cord so I can plug it in so we don't lose it before the hour is over. So go ahead and come down to the mat. We're going to get started with our 100. So however you need to get there, remember we're going to end up with just the shoulder blades to the tailbone touching the mat. And 1 second, I'm going to take this off and text. Sorry. I knew I saw something weird come up. I'm not sure why my phone is dead. Now I'm sideways. Sorry, I'm not allowed to do that. See if I can text without turning you guys off. If I lose you, please rejoin. Super weird turn of events here. I don't know if something's wrong with my phone or what. Usually it goes all day with no problem. Okay. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. Sorry, it was pausing there. My phone just it decided it didn't want to live too much longer, so I'm asking my daughter to bring me my charger. Okay, we're coming to the mat. We're going to go ahead and go into our 100 now. So I want you to come all the way down. Remember, we're trying to stay just on the tailbone to the shoulder blades. Head and neck are up as though you've tucked a pencil under the chin. Eyes trained right on your belly button. Reach those arms long. Squeeze your legs together. Now, if you're new to Pilates, you're going to place those feet onto the mat, or you can bring them up here. I'm going to add on after we get going. You can join me there or stay in this position. Reaching long through those fingers. And let's pretend we're in a shallow pool, and we're going to pack the water with all of our arms from the armpit all the way down to the fingers. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach those legs together and a little bit farther away. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to straighten those legs up. Keep those heels together. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those legs a little bit. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple more. Keep going. My daughter's here. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time. And exhale. And release. Yay. All right, I'm going to move slightly over so that we can be plugged in and we won't die, right? Dying is bad. All right, go ahead and get set up right in for your double bent leg stretch. Thanks for your patience today, team. All right, so we're gonna bring those knees in, hands just right on top, good, good. And we're gonna bring the head and neck back up. So reach long through the head, pretend to tuck a pencil under the chin, round up, and keep your eyes trained on your own belly button, hands resting on the shins. Tuck everything in, inhale to extend arms and legs, and exhale to tuck back in. There's 6, 5. If you're new to Pilates, you can bring those legs straight up, and I want you to really focus on keeping that small back pressed in. And one more. Good, and then we're gonna go right into single bent leg stretch. So the opposite leg extends. It could go straight up or long, depending on that small back. I've got my front hand to the outside of that front leg, and then the inside hand right above the ankle here. So we've got a double inhale. Inhale, pull twice, extend to switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Good work. Are you breathing? Please don't hold your breath. Good work. And one more each side, please. We'll take a tiny break before we do both of those exercises with straight legs. So go ahead and rock just a little bit side to side. Keep that head and neck long. And now we're going to do those same 2 exercises with straight legs. So straighten those legs as much as you can. If you've got tight hamstrings, often we're not going to be able to get them all the way straight. So your hands will come behind your thighs in both exercises. If you can get them nice and straight, do so, and you'll bring your hands up a little bit farther. Reach long through the head and neck, round up. Grab as far up as you can with those straight legs. Pull in, inhale, and exhale. Scoop it back around. 1, 2, squeeze those legs together. 3, inhale, and exhale. 4, remember you can support your head with your hand if you need to, or bring your head down. There's 6. Now I'm going to keep that leg straight, extend the other one, give it this beautiful pull. I love this stretch. Inhale, pull, and exhale, release to switch. Inhale, and exhale. Good work. Extend that leg long, but keep that small back in contact with the mat. Good. Oh, shoot, somebody forgot to count. That's not, feels about right there. And come in, head down, rock and roll side to side. All right, we're going to finish our ab series, or also called our series of 5, with some crisscrosses. I'm going to build us up into a couple of different variations of the crisscross. You know, I love those obliques. I like to work them extra well. So I want you to stick with me as much as you can. But if at any point you're like, hey, Kim, this one's good enough for me, do the few more reps that you have left and then finish that. You can take a break, or you can go back to an easier one should you need it, okay? So we're going to start with our head and neck down just to give that little break there. But I'm going to go ahead and bring my fingertips behind my ears for when I'm ready to lift them up. So I'm just going to take that back knee and cross it toward the front shoulder. And then switch to the other side. Now as you get this going, I want you to pull that small back deeper into the mat and start to extend that opposite leg. Good. So it's knee to shoulder, shoulder to knee, each movement, not elbow. So as we come up here in just a moment, remember that knee to shoulder. All right. So one more here. And if you'd like to, stay right there. You could also do both knees and do a little side-to-side tuck. We're going to go ahead and lift through, once again, the head and neck. Keep those shoulders back and down, elbows kind of in your peripheral vision. Front shoulder, back knee. Extend that front leg straight up. Inhale, exhale, switch sides. Good. Now, as you start to feel this movement, you can extend that opposite leg longer toward the floor. Once again, maintaining that small back and its contact right into the mat. Inhale and exhale, reach. Perfect. Good. Nice. Okay, so now I'm going to just straighten both of those legs and do a little scissor crisscross. So back shoulder, front leg, straight leg down. Straight leg up. Remember, it's not the elbow leading, but rather the shoulder. Keep that small back in, working through the sides of the abdominals. They're starting to get a little mad. That's okay. I like a long abdominal oblique series here. Good. Who's counting? Oh, did I hear you say you're all done? And reach. Kim's going crazy. Teaching to no one. Good. Bring the head down. Knees in. Rock and roll side to side. Some of you who know me in person know that's not too out of the ordinary. That I'd be weird anyway, right? Bring those arms and legs long on the mat. Let's get a good stretch here. Good. So here is where I do want you to let that small back pop up off of the mat and get a little space under there, right? Get a little space between you and the mat. Feel as though you're being pulled in both directions from the fingers and the toes, really moving through the stretch to get deeper and deeper, feeling as though you're being pulled both directions. I like to wiggle my fingers and toes to remind me I'm continuously moving. We do not stop moving in Pilates. Now right side only. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale to center. Exhale, left side only. Good. Again to the right. Inhale, and again to the left. Perfect. All right. I want you to bring your arms down right next to you. Pull your abs in. Squeeze that small back into the mat. And we're going to lift both legs up for a little bit of leg work here. So bring your heels together, toes wide. I think I'm going to change my angle. I know it's kind of weird, but I think it helps you see what I want you to be doing with your legs. Hi. So heels together, toes wide, shoulders back and down. Press your triceps into the mat a little bit. We're going to keep those heels pressed together. So try to squeeze all the light out from between those thighs. Bring your legs down just so far as you feel that small back pressing into the mat, and then back around and up. I'd like to hear a full breath of for each circle. 2, inhale, and then exhale to bring them back around. Heels find each other at the top. Inhale and exhale. 4, 5, and 6. Pause here, and let's go the other way. Inhale away, exhale around and up. 6. Let those heels find each other at the bottom and press together all the way through. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. Straighten those legs right over your hips. We're just going to lower them down together and back up. Again, continuing to squeeze that small back into the mat. Inhale, squeeze the light up from between those thighs. Press the heels together. And 1. Flex the feet, bring the heels wide for our frog legs. Now, this is one where you really get to choose what level you'd like to take it to. We'll start by going straight up, and then eventually, if you can, you extend as far out close to the floor as you can while maintaining that small back on the mat. All right, flex the feet, press the heels together. I want that continual pressure to really engage all the way through the adductors in through those lower abdominals. Inhale, exhale, press up, point the toes, tuck the knees back in. Heels together, press out, point, and in. Press, point, back home, press, point, good. And exhale, inhale. Last time, please. Excellent. I'm going to turn back sideways. We're going to do those same movements, but one leg at a time. So I'm going to start with that back leg up. Now your front leg can either bend, pressing down through the heel. Just make sure it's not, loosey-goosey when it pressed in and steady. Or you can extend it using that opposite glute, pressing down through your knee pit and your heel to keep you steady. I'll start with it bent, and then I will change it. All right, point that toe. External rotation. We're going toward the body first. Inhale. And then exhale around and up. This does not need to be a giant circle by any means. 2, 3, inhale and exhale. 4, 5, and 6. Pause here. Let's reverse it away. Inhale away, exhale around and up. 6, 5, 4. Use that opposite glute. Really steady yourself. And perfect. Now flex the foot. Bring that knee wide. Pretend you've got like a pizza on the bottom of your foot, and we're just going to smash the pizza onto the ceiling. So it should really keep the toes tucked in, and you don't need to point and flex as we did with both legs. Inhale, exhale, press up. Inhale, back wide to the outside of the rib cage with the knee, and press. 2. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze up. 3, 4, pull the small back in. Engage those abs even more. And last time, and 6. Perfect. Let's switch legs. Starting with those circles toward the body. Shoulders back and down. Pull those abs in. Feel that small back. Readjust anything. Making sure you're not cattywampus. One hip isn't up and the other one down. Everything's kind of making nice contact with the mat here. Inhale toward the body. Exhale around and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, inhale, exhale, 2, and 1. Pause at the top. Go the other way, please. Inhale and exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Keep that toe pointed. We did down ups, but I don't think we did them single. We just did circles. Sorry, I'm blanking. Did we do this? I don't think we did. I think we just did circles. That's all right. Flex the foot. We'll come into the frog leg now. Nice and wide. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Bring that foot down on the mat. Let's go ahead and place both feet on. Grab behind the thighs. Round yourself up to seated. Excellent. Got myself a little bit off of where I usually have the camera. I'm going to bring it down just a smidge. Feel like hopefully you can see me okay. All right. Hey, I've got some good friends on there. Good to see you all. Some people I haven't seen for a while. I love it. Okay, so now we're seated, and we're going to keep our knees bent, and we're going to roll back a little bit, thinking about each little vertebra on our back as being a button, and we're going to try to press some buttons down and come back up. So we're going to start just rolling back to the tailbone, then to the mid-back, then maybe to the shoulder blades, and you're going to find what works for you. If you end up really having to grab behind your thighs to come up, I don't want you to go quite as deep, okay? So reach those arms long. Press the feet into the mat. My feet have a little bit of space, just a couple of inches between them. I know it's hard to tell on camera. Shoulders back and down. Tuck your belly. So first we're going to pull up tall, then we're going to tuck and round. Good. Just to that back side of the tailbone, and then back up tall. Inhale and exhale. Can you go an inch or two deeper? And back up. Get straight at the top, and then round again. Little bit deeper. Keep those feet on the mat. That's where you know that maybe you've gone a little too deep. And one more. Make it your deepest. And back up. Excellent. That's called the roll down. Now I want you to reach your feet long, and we're going to do a forward reach. Often we put that together with the roll up. Finally getting warm. I'm going to take off the sweatshirt. It's a little bit chilly today. We got there. I'm warm enough. Okay, so now we're just going to reach out over those feet. So shoulders are back and down. Feel yourself being lifted up out of that hip girdle, nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Reach out toward the feet. Pull those abs in tight and stack back up. Good. Inhale and exhale. Just reach and stack. Reach and stack. Good. A few more. 2 more. 5. Are you getting deeper each time? This time, if you want, you can grab the feet. Take a moment here. Pull those shoulders back, but continue to reach through. So I'm kind of pulling my feet and reaching my chest farther, and come tall here. Excellent job. We're going to set ourselves up for our side lying series next. So from the hip to the shoulder, it's going to line up right along the back side of your mat here. Good. And then bring the legs toward the front corner of your mat. Now there's a few different ways to make this more challenging. I want you to try it if you haven't done it in a while. Definitely try this setup, see how it goes. But if after a little bit you feel like all of this can stay nice and steady, you might end up putting your hand on your hip as we're moving through the movements. You could also straighten those legs a little bit more. If you find this is not, you're not able to keep everything nice and steady, an option is to just bend that bottom leg. Can you see that? That's bent. So that's another option to feel a little bit more steady. So shoulder to hip is lined up straight, legs toward that front corner. I've got both legs flexed for now. I'm going to draw the shoulder back and down, and then place that hand in front of me, fingertips high, for a little tripod. Perfect. I'm going to point that toe and externally rotate it. So now it's actually the whole leg is facing up toward the ceiling. If you had a seam along your front thigh here, I want that whole seam up toward the ceiling. Point that top toe, flex the bottom foot. We're going to bring it up, flex the foot, and squeeze it down. Now look at your feet, and they should be making a lovely L shape. Point that toe again, inhaling, and exhaling back through. 2. I want you to squeeze through those abs a little bit more. 3. Inhale and exhale. 4. Now we're going to slow these next 2 down quite a bit. Engage, pull tighter, inhaling and exhaling all the way up. Flex the foot, inhale and exhale. Last one. Can we do 3 breaths up and 3 down? It's harder. You got it. Inhaling. Slow and smooth. That's 2 breaths for me. Inhale. Exhale all the way up. Flex. Make sure you're not rolling backwards or forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Smoother than a fresh jar of Skippy. You got it. Smooth. Elegant. Inhaling and exhaling all the way through. Point that toe again. Now the foot is just parallel, and let that hip restack. So the farther out you reach that, the better stacked those hips can become. We're going to do our front backs next. Shoulders are open, belly's pulled in tight as though there was a little bit of whisper of breath between you and the mat. Bring that leg forward, inhaling, and then flex and exhale to squeeze behind without letting the hips unstack. So you don't get to go quite as far typically at the back part of this movement as you do toward the front. Now pretend like you are sliding that leg along a table, right? Equidistant all the way from the floor, front to back, no dipping as you come closer to the floor. Perfect. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Perfect. Now, we're going to repeat that movement. We're just going to make it a little bit bigger and stronger. So we're going to kick to the front and then kick to the back, keeping the toe pointed again. Shoulders back and down, hips stacked. Everything's working here. So it's a little bit more forceful and a little bit quicker. So here we go. Kick, flex, kick. Forward, 1, 2, flex, back, 1, 2. Try to keep the body steady. It's just the leg kicking. So my shoulders and hips are not moving. And back, 2, 2. Forward and back. Forward and back. Sorry, I lost count. This might be 7. But it felt good. All right, point that toe right into the arch of your other foot. We're going to do a beautiful side passe, I'm sure, if we're not American, right? So let that toe start right into the arch of the other foot. So it's kind of looks sickled right now, which is not a beautiful look. So we're going to drag that toe up right along the inside seam of the pants. Bring it up straight, flex the foot, and then squeeze back down. Here's where we really get to use those really deep lower abdominal floor muscles. And it feels pretty. I like this one. Graceful is not a word that's often used to describe me, but I want you to try to make this nice and graceful. Good. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Let this stay pretty relaxed at the top. And one more this direction, and then we're going to go ahead and reverse it. And up and down. Now, keep that foot flexed. It's going to kick up, point, dive, and slide. Flex. Up, point, dive, and slide. 2, flex. Up, point, dive, and slide. Belly in tighter. You've got 2 more. Which hip is madder? The bottom one or the top one? They're both starting to get a little cranky, yeah? All right, extend long through that top leg. We're going to do our circles next. So I want you to, again, restack the hips, extend long through that top leg, and I want it to be about hip height here. So we're going to do little tiny circles, like the inside of a small saucepan. So it's not a big one. Sometimes we do bigger ones. We're not going to go any higher than hip height today. Inhale forward, exhale around and up. 6, 5, engage through those abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause at the top. Go the other way. Inhale behind. Exhale around and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring both those legs down. Take a moment here. Let everything just relax momentarily. Got a little bit more to go here. We're going to do one more movement, something called a hot potato. And this one is kind of a long movement because we tap the toe forward and back behind the supported leg there. So if you need to take a break at any time, I want you to take that. But we're going to reach that leg up, and it's going to come pretty high, and we're going to tap to the front. We're going to start at 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Up behind. Exhale, 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 exhale. 4, 3, 2. And inhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale, exhale. 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up, forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the front. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back. Make sure you're not tapping very hard. And up for 3. 1, 2, 3. And up. 1, 2, 3. And up for 2. And up and 2. Now alternate. Front, up, back, up. Front, up, back, up. Good. So stay pretty close to that foot. Good. Engage those abs. And one more. And done. Nice work. Bring that knee over. Tap out that hip. Release through. Excellent job there. I love a good side lying series. Alicia, I'm not sure if you're on. I know that that's her favorite. Good work. Come to center. We're going to stack our forearms here, one right on top of the other, and let your forehead rest right there in the forearms. I want you to bring your feet flat so the tops of the feet are touching your mat or floor behind you. Good. We're going to transition with some heel beats, and we've got a couple variations of these to do today. So I want you to begin just by pulling those shoulders back, pulling those abs up and in, trying to have some space between you and the mat there through the belly, and then reach long through the toes. That lift is created by the reach. Now turn the heels together and toes wide. We're going to open about 8 to 12 inches, open and close. 6. Now this one's slow and controlled. 5. Press those heels together when they come back. Good. Inhale and exhale, squeeze. 3, 2, abs tighter, and 1. Perfect. Now, I want you to reach just a little bit longer so they can lift just a little bit higher. And we're going to alternate left over right, right over left. Good. So do this pretty quickly. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Good work. And one last thing, you can relax just for a moment, reset, pull those abs in tight, flex your feet this time, bend your knees, and as we reach long through the knees, that will create a lift as we press the heels straight up toward the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, reach long through the knees, and then squeeze those heels to the ceiling. 6, 5, 4, abs tighter, 3, right through the glutes, and 2, and 1. Extend the legs long. All you should have to do is flip right over to the other side, but of course, if you need to see, flip back all the way around. Just make sure you switch sides. Can't tell you how many times I've flopped around like a fish and not ended up on the right side. Don't do that. Do as I don't do. All right, so top shoulder, back and down, and then we've got that tripod, legs toward that front corner. Remember your options. All right, we're gonna point that toe, externally rotate the entire thing for our up downs to begin. Get that little spot of air between you and the mat there. Inhale to bring the leg up, flex and squeeze it down, heel to heel, making that letter L, capital L. Inhale and exhale, 2, 3, good. Use that bottom leg. It's got to be working too there, baby. And 4, inhale, exhale, 5, inhale up, and exhale, 6. Perfect. Now point that toe, rotate the whole leg, extend a little bit farther to stack those hips. You can imagine a coffee pot on your hip and a coffee cup on your shoulder. Don't spill them. We're going front backs. Remember, it's slow and controlled first. Inhale and flex to exhale and squeeze behind. Make sure you don't unstack the hip. Inhale and flex and exhale. 2. Inhale, smooth, equidistant from the floor. 3. Inhale and exhale. 4, 5, and 6. Now here's where we make it a little bit speedier and a little bit more powerful. Shoulders back. We've got the double kick up, double kick behind. So kick, kick, flex, kick, kick. Inhale up, kick, kick. Exhale back, kick, kick. Inhale, kick, kick. Back, back. Good. So I inhale, then exhale to do the double kick. Inhale back, exhale to kick back there. Good. Who's counting? That felt like maybe 5. And here's 6. And 6. Perfect. Point that toe into the arch of the other foot. You remember what's coming, that side passe. So bring it all the way in. knee up, extend long, and flex and squeeze down. Now I know some of you are looking much more flexible and elegant than me. You can get that head, that foot all the way back here. I obviously don't quite have that range of motion, but if you have it, it feels good for you, that's okay. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze that bottom glute. Keep yourself anchored into that mat. And there's 6. Now we've got to reverse it. Keep the foot flexed. Up, point, dive, slide right along that inner seam of your pant leg. And up, point, dive, slide all the way down. Smooth, elegant, graceful. Mostly words that are not about me, except in this moment, hopefully. And 6. Perfect. All right, let both feet come down just for a moment. We've got those little bitty circles to do. So find everything, restack, sort your pants, anything that needs adjusted. Point that toe long, bring it right up to hip height and let it stack really well. So I'm not to the back, I'm not to the front. Hips are stacked, one right on top of the other, hand in front as that little tripod. Inhale forward, exhale around and up. 6, abs tighter. 5, 4. So even though this is a small circle, 3, I do want you to make it a full breath. And 2, inhale, then exhale. There's 1. Pause at the top, reverse. Inhale behind, exhale around and up. 6, engage that bottom leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring that leg down. All we have left is that hot potato. Starting at 8, 8 taps to the front, 8 taps to the back. Be careful not to slam your foot on the ground. You've got complete control. It's just a tiny little tap through the big toe. Shoulders back. Reach that leg up and to the front. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and up. Don't let that hip stack, unstack. 3, 2, 1, and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the front. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. Behind. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. In front. 3, 2, 1. Up. 3, 2, 1. Up. 1, 2. Up. 1, 2. Up. 1 front. 1 back. Front. Up. Back. Up. Good. 4. Steady that body. 1 more. 8 and 8. Excellent job. Bring that knee over. Tap out that hip. Give yourself a good break there. We're going to come up to seated when you're done with this little release of the hip. And I do want you to go ahead and grab a drink. I'm sorry I didn't say that before now. I forgot mine tonight, so I always forget if I don't have one. So come up to seated, grab a drink, regroup for a moment. Good to see we've still got quite a few people watching. We're going to come back onto our backs for a little shoulder bridging. And then we're going to do a longer plank ab arabesque standing walkout series. When we get there, I'll talk you through it a little bit more, but it is one of my favorite things to do. So if you know me well, you've probably done it with me if you've been with me for a while. So go ahead and come onto your back, place your feet on the mat, and your distance away with your feet, farther out's a little more challenging. Tucked in is a little bit easier. So you might want to start tucked in, move them out if that feels a little too light for you. Typically that's not the way it feels, but it might. So tuck and roll back. You could grab on behind your thighs there, or just stay in complete control all the way down. Hands just rest right next to you on the mat. And I want you to feel your shoulder blades open, feel your abdominals pull in, and press your triceps, the backside of your arms, down into the mat, spreading your fingers. So it's not about your hands kind of controlling anything. It's just about engaging that upper body a little bit more as we go through this. This will actually help us engage the abdominals, which is, of course, all of Pilates. So pull your abs in tight, squeeze the small back into the mat. Don't lift up yet. I want you to take a moment and find the knees kind of being pulled toward each other as though they're magnetically attracted, but just cannot quite touch. And then you've got the hamstrings and glutes engaged. Then we're going to peel ourselves up. So pressing into the mat, inhale, and exhale. Press each vertebra in and then lift it up. So you're in a nice straight line from the knees to the shoulders. Good. Pull the abs in a little tighter. Squeeze a little more through the hamstrings and glutes. Inhale, lift a little more, and exhale, peel back down slowly. Breathing through, pressing into those heels, each and every vertebra having its own moment with the mat, and then release the hips. Vertebra, you know you got vertebra? Good. Inhale, we're gonna pull back in, peel up, squeeze through those hammies, squeeze those knees in a little bit closer together, come a little bit higher here through the hips. Now I want you to place your hands on your hips because we're gonna check for keeping the hips even as we just lift one leg up like an inch. I truly don't want you to go very high. We're just gonna try to work on keeping the hips right where they're at as we lift one leg. So I'm gonna work on my front leg first. I'm gonna press into that back heel, inhale and exhale, just lift it up. And you can tell it wants to kind of dip down. Get that hip up, hold, lift up a little higher, inhale and exhale, place that foot down. Now lift back up. You find that it goes down a little. We're trying to keep it exactly in the same spot. That is the challenge. Inhale, press the weight into the opposite heel and lift. Good. This side's a little easier for me. Inhale and exhale. Place that foot down. Lift those hips up again and let's peel down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Good. So you're in complete and total control here. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. We're going to go again. This time I want you to walk your feet in a little bit closer because we're going to come onto our stilettos. So really high up, lifting those heels off of the mat. Now your option is to come up and then lift, or to lift and then come up. Typically coming up and then lifting would be a little less challenging, and lifting those heels off first would be a little bit more challenging. So you take what's available to you today. Might be different than last time, might be different than next time. Pull those abs in. Start with that small back. Engage through the knees. Peel up and then lift up. Good. And if you get to the top and your heels are not off yet, go ahead and see if you can lift them up. Good. Squeezing up here, feeling that little bit of tension between the knees. Good. We are going to dip down so the small back, not the tailbone, presses into the mat and then lift back up. I'm going to stay on my toes. You can drop your heels if you'd like. Peel down and press up. 6, 5. So get that spinal articulation. 4, and make sure it's not your tailbone, but rather your small back that's pressing into the mat. And 6. Good. Lift up, stay here. Yeah, pull those abs in tight. Can you stay on your stilettos all the way down? If not, bring the heels down, and then we'll come down. Pull those abs in tight. Nice and slow and controlled, making sure your body's not going sideways at all. Each and every vertebra having its own moment with the mat. You're breathing as many times as it takes for you to get down nice and slow. Inhaling and exhaling, those hips back to neutral. That means no over rotation either direction. And then lift those heels up for a little stretch there. Perfect. All right, I want you to walk your feet out a little bit wider than your mat. And if you have, I've got wood floors here, so it might be a little bit difficult for me with my socks. Hopefully I won't slide too much, but make any adjustments you might need. Maybe you need to lose your socks. Maybe your feet need to stay on the mat and not off. See what works for you. So we're just going to do kind of a wide leg shoulder bridge here. So pull those abs in tight and start to feel the difference, right? Immediately you can feel it a little bit more on the outside of those glutes. And peeling up here. Good. Round that spine. lift up, nice straight line, knees to shoulders, and that wide V position. Perfect, all the way up. Now, I want you to lift your toes and squeeze up a little bit higher, and then we're gonna alternate front toe down, then back toe down. So tap and tap, and tap and tap, 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 abs tight, tap, 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 and tap. One more, tap, tap. Good. Now you can leave those toes up. You could come onto your toes. Woo, that's a challenge, but we're coming down. Down for the last descent. Pull those abs in. And exhale. Squeeze nice and tight. Each and every vertebra is really articulating down here. You are in control all the way through. Feeling those glutes and hamstrings, quadriceps, everything's working. What about those abs? Of course, them too. Inhale and exhale back to neutral. Perfect. We're going to take a moment here. We're going to steal a minute or so from our stretching at the end, since we won't come back to this position, and do a nice figure four stretch. So I've got one leg crossed over the other thigh, and then I'm going to reach behind that thigh and just pull in gently. Now you're going to find what works best for you, what feels best. I particularly enjoy pressing my elbow into that inner thigh and letting it kind of open a little bit more. I'm going to roll the ankle and then go the other way. And then one of my favorite things to do there is just go a little bit side to side. Now this should feel good-ish, right? Stretching feels good-ish. No burning pain, no searing pain, no pain that stops your breath, right? Nothing that kind of, that's not okay. Find something different if that is the way you're feeling in this position. You've got lots of options to stretch those hips, so just take one of those. Rolling the ankle, we switched here, and then pressing gently away. Stretching is pretty individualized, so you take what works best for you, and I like that side to side. Breathing. All right, I'm going to grab behind that one leg and jackknife up to seated, and then we're actually going to come all the way to standing for our final plank walkout series. So I'm going to bring that up a little higher. Sorry, I do want you to see the mat a little bit. That's not the right way. This is the right way. Okay, so we are going to walk ourselves out onto the mat for our plank. And then we're going to add some push-ups and all sorts of fun things. Again, this is another one of my favorite series. So if you've been doing Pilates with me, you have probably done it. So we're just going to come, my feet are literally on the edge of the mat because I know that's what I need to keep my feet and my hands on the mat. We're going to walk out and you're going to end up in your favorite plank. Your favorite plank may be hands, maybe forearms, maybe toes, maybe knees. If you like to go on your knees, I recommend you cross your ankles to take that weight off of your kneecaps or your patella. All right, give me a nice big inhale, bending those knees, reaching up. Pull your abs in tight as though you've been scooped out by a giant ice cream scoop, and just roll yourself down slowly. Are you breathing? Don't hold your breath. Come all the way out, and then go ahead and walk yourself out into your favorite plank. So that might be a little bit easier than having to go from all the way down to all the way up. Now, body scan head to toe. If you're on your hands like me, I'm looking about 18 to 24 inches ahead of my mat. I'm not looking down. I'm definitely not looking behind, and I'm not looking at the ceiling. So I want that head and neck to be in alignment. If you're on your forearms, you're somewhere looking pretty straight down, maybe slightly ahead of those hands. Now onto the shoulders. They're strong and toward the outside of the rib cage. So I'm not squeezing them together, but rather outside. Now pull those abs up and in and engage through the glutes, hamstrings, and quadriceps. Inhale, and now let's exhale. We're going to push the weight back through the heels, straightening the legs hips high, and walk your hands back toward your feet. Take a second in that little stretch and roll yourself up. Now, if at any time you're like, Kim, this is making me dizzy, I want you to stay at the bottom and just meet us down there for our movements. All right, so this next one is an arabesque plank walkout. That just means the leg is kind of turned out and lifted behind me. Now you're going to try to keep that arabesque high all the way through, but it's a good balance challenge. So if you need to, tap that toe down to regain balance. Maybe have a wall handy if need be. So I'm going to squeeze through. Inhale, arms and leg up. Good. Pull those abs in. Fold yourself down. Keep that knee soft. Make sure it's not locked. Hands, good. Keep that leg up. And then just come on out into your plank. I'd like you to be on your hands if you can be. Being on your knee is just fine. You need to put that knee down. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to just push back, lifting that leg up. 1. Let's do it again. Squeeze back. 2, 3. 1 more. Losing my sock here. Push back. Open up through the hips. Come back in and keep your leg up as you walk in. I should have taken my sock off. Keep it up. Now here is the real balance challenge. Coming back up, keeping that leg up. And tall. Nice work. Lose my socks so I can do this other side a little more accurately. And we're going to lift that back leg. For me, it's my left. Doesn't matter to me which one you've got going up, as long as it is the opposite of the one you just did. Point that toe. Inhale. Exhale everything up. Abs tight. Remember that giant ice cream scoop. Hands down. Carefully. Good. Inhale and exhale. Walk back out. You've got a little external rotation through that leg. Get into that beautiful plank. And now let's kick back up. 1, 2, 3. Hold at the top on this one. 4. And open that hip up. Bring it back to parallel. And walk your hands back. Good. Soft knee. Gain your balance. And then stack up. Can you lift that leg up a little higher as you're coming up? And 1. Nice. You doing okay? Whew, this is fun. And a challenge, yeah? Oh, we're out of time. We're going to do 1 more. We're going to come down. We're going to open side, center, side, done. Usually we put in some push-ups. Today, we ran out of time. Sorry about that. All right. Both legs down. Inhale and exhale. Belly in tight. Scooping round. All the way down. Come all the way out into a regular plank. Now you can be on your knees. Just don't cross your ankles. Now we're going to open into a side plank here. Inhale and exhale, center. Inhale and exhale, other side. Look at your top thumb. Lift that hip up a little bit more. Inhale and exhale, center. Good. Hold here. Engage through the legs. Good. I want you to bring your knees down and bring your hips back over your heels for a clamshell stretch. Just a brief one. Let those shoulders relax. Inhale and exhale. Come back out. Slide the hands right under your shoulders. Bring that front leg right out to the outside of that hand. And then I'm going to push back through the back leg, wiggling it back as far as I can into a nice long runner's lunge. Push back through your heel and up through your knee pit. Inhale and exhale. Place that knee down. Push forward slightly for a little stretch there, and then we'll switch that. So my back leg is to the outside of that hand. I'm going to push back. Push up through the knee pit, back through the heel. Good. Stronger through the shoulders. Knee down from that back position. And then bring that back foot back onto the all fours here. Tuck your toes under. We're going to do an elephant stretch to a pike and then round up. So tucking those toes under. Shoulders to the outside of the rib cage. I want you to round your spine. We're going to keep this rounded spine. Hover the knees. And then we're going to straighten the legs, keeping the weight over the hands, rounding the spine. Looking back a little bit more. Round, round, round. Now straighten your spine. Push the weight back into the heels. And then bend one knee and then the other to stretch long through those calves. Good. Press back through both heels down, and then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands.
Stay upside down just a moment with me. Grab behind those calves, pull that chest in tighter to the thighs. Relax those arms down. All right, we're gonna stack back up. I want you to pull your abs in, scooping yourself out. Knees are soft, stacking each vertebra one right on top of the other. Hips come slightly forward. Breathing. Shoulders back, neck and head up last. Perfect. Come into that Pilates V. Shoulders back and down. Big breath. Inhale up. And exhale. Reach those arms apart from one another. Come on your toes if you wish. And let's feel some resistance through those arms on the way down. So feel like someone's trying to press up on your arms as you're bringing them down. Reach long through the fingers. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale, shoulder blades down the rib cage toward the spine, all the way through. And happy Pilates Monday. You did it. Nice work. Thank you so much for joining me. Always happy to see some friendly faces on there. All right, I'll see you next time. Have a great day.